Hey, hi, Happy New Year! I'm Mona. This is Sacred Geometry Universe Video Journal Diary for January 1st, 2025. Yeah, already. You see that? Time keeps on slipping into the future. So, I just had dinner. I had the foreman. I did some barbecue chicken. And I just got some tortillas and some lettuce and salsa and just did like that, tacos. So, it seems like since I got here, it's been nothing but moving, going here, appointments there. Is because I didn't know what was going on. I mean, okay, this will happen. I had mentioned that, I had a good day yesterday because I went to and I got my car fixed and all that stuff, right? And so, what I didn't mention was because, ever since I left Flagstaff, Arizona, I've been trying to be serious about looking for a spot because, my tags on my car expire 2026. My driver's license also expires 2026. In like 2 years, I have to be serious. I can't be fooling around. I gotta look for a spot to live for me and the dogs. Um, something nice, something small though, and that's what I've been having a problem with. Been having a problem with finding a spot because they have these big old houses, 4 or 5 bedroom, 3, 4, 5. That is just too much. I just want like a little 1 bedroom house somewhere, and that's like the hardest thing to find. Um, they don't sell houses like that. So I've been looking, and I've been getting a little bit more serious when I got into New Mexico. I checked out a couple spots over there. I also met a family, and I was considering to join them in their venture. But, I told them I don't know. I said, I'll be back around. I'm going to see what's going on first. Because I've been trying to look. I don't know how many of you have been following this channel, but like, I originally left Missouri. I only wanted to travel for like a year. I wanted to travel around, check some stuff out, and then look for a new home somewhere to live. But it was like nearly impossible. I couldn't find any places. I was getting frustrated. So I just focused on myself for a while, but that 1 year turned into almost 4 years on the road. Yeah, I got used to doing this. And it's just so easy to be out here camping and going places for free. And then I have my own electric and I just go get it's easy. Okay. For me, it is. Online, you see a lot of people, they having problems, whatever. But for me, it's easy. Maybe because I've gotten to the point where I'm comfortable. Anyways, yesterday when I was getting the car fixed, because that whole service there took like 5 hours. Got there at 8 and I left there at 1. So, but while I was waiting, right when I dropped off the car, we started to go for a walk. I said, I'm going to go to 7-Eleven and I'm going to get some coffee and donut, just because it was early. I didn't even have any coffee. And I bought them a nice jerky stick, you know what I mean? And so we sat out there and I had a coffee and donuts like on the curb. I was just sitting there, just moving slow because I know that we have hours to go. And so I saw this little street right there, and I go, let's walk around the block. Because you don't really see the houses right here, except when you come close to the beach. When you're driving, you see all the beach houses right here. But you don't see like that, when you go into town inland a little bit, like by 10 or 15 minutes, you don't see the little hidden away areas. And so I'm like, let's just go walking around the block right here. I had my doggy bags in case they go to the bathroom on somebody's, property. I pick it up. So we started walking and boom, right there, I see a house for sale. I see a for sale sign and I was like, oh, what's that? I couldn't see the house because, we were still a couple houses before it. So as I got closer, I was like, oh my God. This is the cutest house. And it looked like brand new. Like, driveway looked like they just did it. And it had a Florida room in the front, a little mini porch type. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and it was tiny. And I was like, for sale, I could even walk up and I look inside. There's no carpet, which I like because, these guys. And in the back, there's a shed or something. I don't really know all about that. I forgot to ask the lady, but I will ask. And it's just really cute. And there's the number of the house is like a sign. I don't know what kind of sign it is. I don't know. Anyways, I was real surprised, and I said, you know what? This is a cute house. But then I kept walking. I didn't take down the information, right? I just kept walking, walked around the block, then walked down the road, and then I saw, oh, the park is right here. So we walked around the park right there. They kind of upgraded the park a little bit. I guess they're doing some upgrades around here. I don't know. And so when I was at the park, for some reason, I started thinking about that house again. I'm like, I wonder if I should go back and get that lady's number. And I go, maybe I can find it online. Boom, I found it online, like right away. You know, like I didn't even have to do any extra nothing. And I was like, you know. So I kind of, you know, I kind of screenshotted it. And then I got back to the trailer after we got the car stuff done. And, or no, I left a message, like a little email thing, right? And they called me back, like right away, the lady did. And I said, you know, I told her what I was doing. I was getting my car fixed. I said, I happened to walk by that place with my dogs. And I saw it, and you know, and I saw how much it was online. I was able to find how much it was online, and I'm like, oh, that's a decent price, you know? So I called her up, and I talked to her, and she's like, okay, I'm going to hook you up with some application person, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was quick. It was so quick. And I go, okay. So I talked to the lady, filled the form. She's like, oh, you're pre-qualified, blah, blah, blah. I don't know exactly what all that means, okay? Like, this is the first time that I've done this, because I didn't know if it was going to be difficult or easy, and plus Texas, high property taxes and all that stuff. But I found out, you know, like my credit is really good and I qualify for some things, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Like I was scared the whole time to do it, because you know what? The worst part of like either renting, buying, whatever you're going to do is all that paperwork you got to go through, you know? And then I saw around about how much I would be paying per month, and I go, you know what, let me see how much it is. I'm not talking to the lady, I'm talking to myself at this point. And let me see how much it is to rent a place. Because remember, when I was in Missouri, I wanted to rent an apartment for like a year, because I was kind of getting like, I want to take a break from the traveling and I just want to be stationary somewhere. And it was expensive, and it was hard to find. It was like over $1,000, hard to find a place even that's going to rent to me with 2 dogs. And I had called the VA, and they were telling me, I think you have to buy a place, you know, because of the dogs. So, I mean, since I left Missouri, that's what I've been doing. I've been just trying to see how much things are around and what's, you know, what's what. Because I wanted to buy land and build on the land and all this. And then I met some people, though. I was being very discouraged until I got to New Mexico, and I met some people at the Dexter Park, and they're doing like earth homes and all this stuff. And I was like, ooh, that's interesting. But then I'm thinking to myself, like, I am too old to be building myself an earth home. This is like a do-it-yourself thing. I don't think I can do that. I'm already too old to be trying to build something like that. But I kept it in the back of my mind, and then I went to some couple state parks, and then I got to one state park, though, where I met a couple, and I guess they were retired. You know, a lot of people on the road is retired people. I guess the husband, he's a contractor. He's a retired contractor, but they buy properties now. And I happened to get to chit-chat with that guy for a little bit. You know, I was like, I talk to him, because I knew what he was doing, because they were also on their way to a spot in New Mexico to check out some property, you know, with they had a nice trailer, they had a nice fancy, you know. And so I was talking to him about my situation, and he was like, just go buy a house. He said, you know, you can qualify for some stuff. Just go buy a house, you know, because of my age, of course. I don't want to build nothing myself. I don't want to. And so I've been thinking about that guy ever since I left New Mexico. even at all the spots I was looking at on the way up here, because every spot I go to, I kind of look, okay, what's in this area? You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even thinking about it when I got here. We're in Port Lavaca. This is on the coast, the Gulf Coast, right? And I was thinking I wasn't going to look anywhere near here because it's expensive around here, especially by the beach, and you know, all this insurance and this, that, and the other. And so I wasn't even thinking about that. But I saw that one, and it's not on the beach. I'm like, it's like 10 minutes from the beach. But I thought, you know what? Let me just see. Let me just see. And so, you know, I called, and then I turned in an application and did all this stuff. And they're like, oh, you qualify. And I was like, I do? You know, because I did save some money. I have been saving money, you know. And so I made she, you know, I made the appointment this morning, and we made an appointment for me to look at the inside. I already knew what the house looked like inside and out because it's small and it has a lot of windows and there's no curtains, so you can go and look right there. So I mean, I looked, I saw the whole place already. And she's all, well, I'll take you over there, you can look at it. And I'm like, all right. And so I have something that hurts behind my ear. I don't know what it is. And so I went in there in the morning and I saw it. She's a very nice lady. And she hooked me up with the paperwork person, you know, another lady. They're both real nice. And so we talked about it, and I said, well, this is all I have to offer. So I told her my offer. And she's all, oh, because you might need this. I said, well, then I can't do it. I mean, how am I supposed to get extra money if that's exactly what I have? You know what I mean? So I made her the offer. I said, well, she's all, well, I can go and talk to her. I said, yeah, just go and talk to her. Because I'm going to tell you what, yesterday when all this was going on, I couldn't believe things were moving so quickly, especially on New Year's Eve. And I thought, is this the one, or is this just like some kind of lesson or something? Because I'm always taking things on, like, I want a sign. I need a sign. You know what I mean? To make sure that I'm making the right choices. And so yesterday at the trailer, I was like, all right, I was talking to God, and I said, look, if everything seems to run smoothly and there's not a bunch of hiccups and road bumps and all this stuff, then that'll be my sign that that this is the one, that this is the house, you know, because I prayed for a house. I happened to pray for a house by the beach, but that was a long time ago. I don't know if this is from that manifestation. I don't know. But, I mean, I saw the place today. I gave my offer, and I figure I'm just going to wait and see. I have 2 years to find a spot. But if I find it now, that's cool too. You know, Texas is nice. I didn't think I was going to be able to find a spot in Texas. And I actually really like it here. But I thought it was going to be too expensive. And maybe my credit, or I didn't have enough. I don't know. I just was having doubts. And everything seems to be going smoothly. You know, there hasn't been any roadblocks or any road bumps. The lady even told me that she's never seen anybody pre-approved so quickly. She saw at least it takes 2 or 3 days. She's like, you were approved on the same day. And I was like, oh, you know, it's probably because I don't have a lot of like backed up bills or debt and all that stuff in my credit. I found out my credit's pretty darn good. I didn't know it was that good, but it's pretty darn good, you know, because I pay all my bills, you know. So I'm just waiting to see what they say, you know. I would like to have that spot. It's just it's one floor. It's a little square. It's got front yard and backyard. I would have to put up a fence eventually. And if I am approved and I do go through with it, the house will probably be empty for, I don't know, for a year or however long it takes until I put something in there. Because I don't have any furniture. I don't have anything. I'll probably pull this bed in there to sleep in. I'm not in a rush to buy a whole bunch of things. I'm not. And, you know, it has a nice garage. It's insulated. It's attached to the house. I'll probably park this thing inside. If not, I'll park it in the back. And I will, you know, do upgrades to it because I'm still going to go traveling. And if anything, this is where I'm at is the best spot for free camping on the coast. I can go to national seashores plus all the state parks in between. I can go here. We're at Indianola Magnolia Beach. This is free camping for 14 days. I can go to Surfside if I want to, you know, like if I ever get the itch to go camping, Texas really does have a lot of good camping spots, you know, and I can scratch that itch doing that, you know. Because I mean, if anything, I gotta get a home for these dogs. You know, they can't live their whole lives on a leash. That's why I wanted to try and find a place so I can build like a fence and then they can run around free back there. You know, and it has a nice amount of space. Um, but yeah, I mean, I made the offer. I'm gonna see what they say. I would like to have that place, but if not, we just gonna keep looking. You know, and now that I know that it's not that bad here in Texas, I mean, as opposed to California, everything is just raping you over there. You know, over here, I mean, it seems more doable. So I'm just going to wait and see what that lady says. Because the neighborhood there is nice, it's casual, it doesn't look, you know, I've seen that there's some couple dogs walking around free, so I'm going to have to, but you know what? They were there first, so I'm just gonna make sure that, you know, my dogs are taken care of or stay inside or whatever until I build a fence back there, which might take a while too. Because I just want to, if I'm approved to go all the way through with this, I just want to make sure I have the house in order, I have the utilities turned on. Everything there is new. It's an upgraded home. They have a new roof on it. They redid the whole driveway. The inside looks fresh paint. The bathroom looks like there's new stuff in there. There's no utilities. I mean, there's no appliances, which is fine because I have my appliances here, and all I plug in things, I'll just do that over there. You know, so I can just take my time on. I just need the water and electric turned on, and then it'll be just like I'm paying rent and paying for the utilities and stuff, because it's almost equivalent to going out in town and renting a spot, like a 1 bedroom for that price. Instead, I'm just going to keep paying every month until it's mine 100%. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I've been doing. That's kind of why I've been a little off, maybe, if any of you have noticed, or been kind of like, you know, thinking or not, you know, is because I found a house that I like, and I'm going to see if I can get approved for it. I don't know. We'll see. I told her, just, you know, just let me know, you know. If not, we're just going to keep traveling and doing what we've been doing, you know, because eventually I'll probably find a spot. But it would be nice to live by the beach, you know, like 10, 15 minutes away from here, you know. Because I don't want to live on the beach because of flooding, you know. Over there's no flooding insurance needed. It's just fire and wind, I guess, you know, because they have those hurricanes, you know. That's another thing, you know. I can't be afraid of weather in different states, you know. I mean, they got tornadoes, hurricanes, tsunamis, earthquakes. I mean, no place is free from something going on, you know what I'm saying? So I got that fear out of the way. So, you know, and I was looking at the houses around, and nothing around there looks flooded or damaged or anything. So, I mean, and they've been there for years. So, I don't know. That's all I got right now. You know, I'm kind of happy that this went through, and I mean, it's been just like boom, 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 boom. And we're just going to see what happens, you know. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's not a big deal. I could also probably work with her to maybe look at other spots around here because she's for the area right here. And since I already turned in an application with her and she already knows what's going on, maybe I can find something else, or maybe something that's less, or I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. All I did was submit information and paperwork, IDs, you know, and all these things that they asked for. So I'm just gonna wait. This is like my first time to buy a house, so we'll see, you know. But that's all I have. I'm Mona. Happy New Year, you guys. This was Sacred Geometry Universe Video Journal Diary for January 1st, 2025. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.